And hello, my fellow nerds. It's Oracle Nerd here, and welcome back once again to our Wonderland Remastered Steam release. Last time we had just finished with Arc 3, and or at least we're finishing with Arc 3 now, and we're gonna be moving on into Arc 4. I I sit up straight in the bed with a half swallow gasp. I bring my hand to my face, my mouth, my throat. Why am I in such a cold sweat? My heart feels like it's going 90 miles an hour in my chest. I don't even wait for Mrs. Donner to drop her bottle, instead rolling out of bed and stumbling towards the bathroom. I immediately go to the mirror, looking at myself, studying myself, bring my hand back to my throat, almost as though expecting to see some sort of, I don't even know, to be honest. But there, but there's nothing. Just my pasty ass neck with a little mole above the collarbone. And the rest of my face looks normal too. Well, besides the 2-ton boulders beneath my eyes. For some reason, I look like I haven't slept in weeks. I bring my palm to my forehead, wiping at the clammy beads of sweat. Then simply stand there, leaning against the sink, until the nagging sense of disconnection finally begins to recede. Finally, I drag myself out of the bathroom, blinking at the sun drawing patterns across my apartment floor. Why does it feel like I haven't been here in a long time? Weeks, months even, like coming back home from a long vacation. I sigh, chewing the inside of my cheek. What? I still don't know why he does that. Like, why is chewing on the inside of your cheek such a nervous habit? I never understood that at all. Then wander towards the kitchen to start the coffee pot. Maybe some caffeine to dissipate the aura of unease clouding my heart. Once the pot is brewing, I pull out my box of rice snappers and fill up a bowl. But when I raise the spoon and begin to feast, my appetite suddenly recedes. I stare on it the quickly moistening nubs of puffed rice. The the sight makes me nauseous. The thought of eating anything is somehow repulsive. With a gurgle in my stomach, I pour the bowl into the sink and watching the slimy drug swirl down the drain. I carved this one myself, you know. The words poke and claw at the back of my brain like a spider uncurling itself from a hole. I wanted to make sure it was done perfectly. My breath hitches. I shake my head. I bite down on my tongue, willing away the feeling of dread crawling up my midsection. Finally, I snap on the faucet and rinse everything away. Out of sight, out of mind. I rub at my face and pour myself a cup of coffee, and then head for my desk. Is it a cup of top of the morning coffee? I, I stand there for a moment just looking at it, looking at my keyboard, looking at my monitor. I have to work. I have deadlines, projects due, but I just don't care. I walk over to my couch and instead slump down in the cushions. I'll work eventually. Maybe I'll just take a little time first to clear my head. I take a sip of coffee, then another. I stare at the black screen of my television, my shelves and games and DVDs, my ceramic pumpkin candle holders that I never put away after last fall. I take a third sip. What am I waiting for? I don't know, but I'm definitely waiting for something. My mind drifts to Orland for some reason. I hope he's okay. I catch myself. Why wouldn't he be okay? I just told him yesterday, didn't I? He was fine. Completely fine. Just fine. So I give myself a shake, snap myself out of it, and go back to my staring. I don't know why, but I just can't seem to make myself care about anything. At that moment, my phone goes off. Fuck, shit. The sudden noise about gives me a heart attack, and in my jolt of surprise, I send a half of a cup of coffee to my shirt. I fucking. I managed to answer anyway, trying to rub it out of the fabric. I balanced the phone between my shoulder and ear. Hey, Hooner, what's up? I asked without even confirming the name on the caller ID. But the sound that comes from the receiver doesn't match my jovial tone. Sobs, Harry sniffles a cough. He's crying. Iggy? Oh shit. Right. This is. I bring my hand on my forehead, massaging a deepening creases. It, it's Bucks, isn't it? My insides start to twist. This triggers another call from Hooner. How did you? But then he must decide it doesn't matter because he continues all the same. I don't know what to do, Iggy. She's gone. Gone. I hear his voice crack through the receiver. She took Sadie. There's no sign of them anywhere. I could have. I've called and I've called. I shake my head, trying to collect my thoughts. Having trouble figuring out what to say. I mean, didn't she say anything? I mean, last night? Where Hunter's voice shakes. No, nothing. We had a bit of an argument, but by that time we went to sleep and things were mostly fine again. And I didn't wake up once. See, she never cried. He pauses and I can hear him swallow. I have a really bad feeling, Iggy. Something's not right. Something's happened. I run a hand through my hair. You feel that way because you're nervous and scared, but I'm sure things are fine. But even I'm not convinced by my words. I feel sick. Maybe something came up. Maybe her parents called or something, and there was some kind of emergency. I hear Hooner sniff through the phone. I spent hours now. I don't know what to do. I rub my face, my eyes trying to stay focused on Hooner. What do I say? What can I say? I'm sorry, Hooner. I really don't know what else to do. I'll keep calling her though. If we all keep trying, I'm sure one of us will finally get through. I'm sure. I cringe but continue. Everything's fine. Line is quiet for a moment, then falters a whisper. Okay. He sounds so despondent. I don't blame him. Keep me updated, okay? Sure. The line goes dead. I bring my hand down with a sigh, staring down at the brightly lit display of my phone. That could have been handled better. But somehow, I can't help but feel that it wouldn't have mattered. As the quiet returns, so does my feeling of disconnection. It gnaws at my insides like a rat trying to escape. All of a sudden, I just really need to hear someone's voice. Not only that, I can try again. Try again? Try what again? I start going into my contacts. Yeah, maybe I'll call someone. But who? It's not like I have a lot of choices. My thumb pauses over Olam's name. A place for us where we get to make the rules. My hand is quivering, to the point that I have to bring my other hand up to stay my phone. No, no. I find a different way. Someone else. Someone I haven't tried yet. Call Gidget. Okay, well, it's the only thing we can do right now. I scroll down to Gidget's name in the list, but I can't seem to bring myself to tap it. All I can see in my mind is the back of her head, her blonde hair swinging as she storms away from me. I can never seem to say the right thing with her, which is a shame, really. We used to be such good friends. I tune the outside of my cheek, inside of my lip, inside of my lip, as the white font of her name on the screen burns its way into my retinas. What if she's still upset? What if she doesn't even want to talk to me? Maybe I'll just end up making things worse. And yet, something tells me things have already gotten worse, much worse, multiple times. The back of my neck tingles, almost as though someone is running their fingers on my skin. And already clammy beads of sweat are forming along the hairline. I shake my head. No, not again. I've got to call her. I've got to try something. Anything. And I'm running out of options at this point. Take a deep breath. Then press my thumb pad against the screen. Phone lights up and it rings my ear. One ring, two rings, three rings. I find my browser as I wait. And and am just about to give up. Don't you mean and as just as I am just about to give up? The bit of a typo here, Kara. You might want to fix that. Or wait, I wait and am just about to give up when the line abruptly connects. Okay, never mind. Actually, wait. Actually, grammatically, that kind of works. Iggy? Iggy's voice crackles through the receiver. She sounds confused. That makes two of us, I suppose. Hey, what do I say? I don't know. What am I even doing? I swallow. How are you? The grimace sounded like an idiot. There's a pause. In my mind, I can see her do that little twitch with her eyebrow that she always does when she's searching for a response. I'm fine. I guess I'm just surprised to hear from you. You, never call me. I scratch at the spot on my forehead. She has a point. I never call, well, anyone. After last night, I felt a little bad that you left in such a hurry. Wanted to make sure things were, alright. I hear other voices in the receiver clatter in the background. I'm fine, I'm fine. Then it's not your fault. I was just. Her voice trails off, leaving a long silence in its wake. Finally, anyway, don't worry about it. I'm doing better today. Got some sleep, just trying to get to distract myself. A laugh. I see. There's another clatter. I twist my brows. Where are you anyway? Hmm? Oh, I'm at the little cafe downtown. The one we always went to in high school, remember? Across from the pet salon? Spent spent the night with my parents since I needed to pick up some stuff from the house anyway. But I heading back up to Dukin after this. Oh, you're still in town? Yeah, why? Why indeed? Why would I care? I never cared before. But now it feels like every nerve in my body is tingling. Like I need to want me to join you? I blurt out even before realizing I'm saying. Helen goes quiet. What's her expression now, I wonder? Confusion? Annoyance? But when she finally responds, her voice is soft and gentle, letting out the tiniest of shudders. I like that very much. Arc 4. Ooh, I am so excited for this one, to be honest. It doesn't take me a long walk to the cafe. The downtown area is only 15 minutes from Brookside, though my hesitant pace turns it into about 20. By the time I make it there, my feet are stumbling nervously over each other. My hands are shoved into the bottoms of my pockets, so deep I might be digging for gold. Or lint. It's about half full, a couple of people in line, a couple of people seated at tables. A feeling of strange nostalgia washes over me as I stand in the doorway. But the sight of Gidget's hair glinting beneath the hanging bulb snaps me out of it before I can finally succumb to my memories. I meander over to where she is seated at one of the small tables towards the back. She has her laptop out and is typing away, so intense she doesn't even notice me at first. Say something witty? Question mark. Do something silly to surprise her. I guess say something witty. Witty? When have I ever been known for being witty? I mean, if the other arcs were evidence, I'm the type of person that gets burned by others being witty. I look from her to her laptop, then back to her. And finally, hacking into the CIA, are we? She jerks back, her fingers poised over the keyboard, but smiles when her gaze falls on me. You're here. That was fast. I pull out the chair opposite to hers and plant myself down on the vinyl. Oh, look at them. The chair squeaks loudly. Well, you know me, I say, trying to mask my embarrassment. Cat-like reflexes and all that. She laughs. A cat on the last legs of its life, maybe. I blink, glance around, taking the patrons. Taking Gidget looking at me from across the table, the near empty coffee mug next to her laptop. My neck feels sweaty. You, been here long? A little over an hour, I think. Wanted some peace and quiet to get this finished up without my parents looking over my shoulder. But could take off yet since my dad wants me to help him grab some things out of the attic later this afternoon. Oh, what are you working on? She glances down and away, smiles sheepishly. Just, a little something. It's nothing, though. Let me see. A tap on the edge of the laptop screen. Her cheeks go pink. It's just a stupid website. I thought it might help me look more professional to the agents. I see her fingers curl, but she ultimately slides the screen around so I can see. Wait, do we even get to... Oh, we don't even get to see it? I start clicking through. It's... well done. Really well done. The layout is sharp and clean. Some nice scrolling parallax effects on the background. And an inlaid carousel of images. When I click through the links of her project page, each one pops up a little card with more info and pictures. She's even got the markings of a login option for repeat bookings. This is nice, I muse with my finger clicking away as I navigate through various links. What did you use? React? Yeah, I switched over from Angular and I haven't looked back. A laugh. Thanks though. It's not done yet. There's still some parts of it I don't really like. She watches me for a moment. Then her brows arc. Oh, since you're here, would you mind looking at something? He scoots her chair over with a couple with a couple of ear-wrenching squeaks so she can see the screen. I want to set up a little chat window in the corner, right? Can double as like an FAQ, and also if they want to just leave a quick inquiry, you know. And so I was trying to get the database set up on the Firebase, but for the life of me, I haven't been able to get the API to connect. She grabs my hand that's still holding the mouse and clicks back into VS Code. The touch startles me for a moment. My gaze jumps down to her fingers over mine. The way that they sit softly atop the back of my hand, to the way her middle finger arches as she scrolls the wheel, my cheeks grow warm. But I turn my eyes back to the screen all the same, Gidget now pointing to a section of code. I realize she's been talking, but I haven't been listening. Wait, where? I say with a blink. Here, see? I got the API key here in the config variable, but for some reason it's giving me an error when I actually try to run it, and try saving to the state here. She taps the screen. Ah, my gaze flicks between the lines of code. I haven't used Firebase in a while. I need to get my bearings for a sec. Of course, right. She pulls her hand away, sticking them in her lap. Then tucks in her top lip in between her teeth, eyes wide and blinking like some kind of spooked owl. It's the same look she used to give me all the time back when we'd spend hours after school in the computer lab trying to figure out some piece of code or another. Usually when she'd broken something, and oftentimes on purpose. The sight of it stops me for a second, and I just look at her. I stifle a laugh, but smile all the same. My brow arcing in amusement interest. Nothing. What? It's just you. What's that supposed to mean? I whistle instantly and begin clicking away noisily at the keys. Iggy Maxwell. That is my name. I scroll up a few lines, looking for a telltale sign of Gidget's handiwork, and I find it in the string of garbled numbers and letters making up the API key. 199Y. Completely innocuous. To everyone but me. My grin widens, but I hide it under my hand with a cough. Yes, I see what's going on here. The code is infected. Very infected. Gidget bites down on her bottom lip in an attempt to contain her own laughter. Oh no, doctor, whatever could be wrong? She brings her hand to her cheeks in fox terror. A nasty little bug has wormed its way into the mainframe. We need to eliminate it post-haste. Ready your weapons, men. I select the 199Y. Wait, I just got it. It spells Iggy. Oh my god, that's adorable. 199Y on the screen. Aye, sir. Gidget points her index finger skyward and twists her fist against it, as though cocking a gun. I do the same, and we cross our hands above the keyboard, forming an X with our fingers. And fire! I slide my fingers down the delete key as Gidget hits the backspace. And then the 199Y disappears. I feel like there could... Oh, wait, you know what? That just gave me an idea. Wait a minute. So you guys probably remember a video series I did where I was talking about some characters that I was putting together for a What If Smash Bros roster. Like that felt like ages ago, yes, but like I just had a feeling like I was thinking maybe I could have given Iggy a robot alt, like make it play like a Robo Iggy or something. So it's just called 199Y because it literally spells Iggy. I never even noticed that in the original version. I don't think I even noticed that in the original or even the alpha remaster. That's so good. I pause for a moment, letting the full weight of the glorious victory settle around us. And we're clear. The Iggy bug has been deleted. Gidget can't hold it anymore. She curls forward in a fit of laughter, tears glinting at the corners of her eyes. Oh my god, Iggy, how many years has it been since he did that? Too many, apparently, if the little buggers are still infecting your code. They are sneaky. I lean back in the chair, tapping my finger against my chin. Though, strangely enough, they only ever seem to infect your code. This elicits a wink. Well, the Iggy bug only affects good code. Rude. I sit up so fast I nearly topple over. Gidget just laughs again. Slow down there, Mr. Cat-like reflexes, else we'll need to call in a real doctor. She pushes herself to her feet with a slap of her thighs. I think I'm gonna get myself a refill. You want anything? I feel rude if I didn't even ask when you sat down. Huh? Oh, sure. Just a coffee's fine. Got it. She grabs her near empty mug and leads for the counter. I watch her fall in place in line behind a somewhat thick-set man in a bike helmet. My gaze stays on her probably a moment too long. Oh, that's so cute! And for a second, I see a much younger Gidget standing in place, hair cut above her chin, jeans baggy on her legs, and her head buried in her usual gray hoodie. She smiles at me as she waits for a coffee. But is this the young Gidget or the adult Gidget? I can't even tell. I scratch my nose, then turn back to the table with a sigh, slumping forward with my chin in my hand. The coffee's gonna do me some. It's gonna do me some good. That's so adorable. We stayed at the cafe for another hour or so, just talking and chatting up, mostly reminiscing, talking about the others. Which has me wondering if Gidget is actively avoiding trying to discuss current events, her own endeavors. Perhaps for the better, I suppose. Distractions can do wonders for the mind. She offers me a ride on the way back, with the caveat that she needs to stop by her folks first to help her dad pick up some stuff. I don't mind. It's been a while since I visited the old Bordel home. Something inside is equally as nostalgic as the cafe had been. All the little snippets of memories floating around like bubbles in the air, waiting for my head to ram into them and pop open inside my consciousness. The gleaming hardwood floor running from the front door to the kitchen, the spacious living room with the large leather sofa the five of us spent so many a movie night on, and school portraits of Gidget and Gertie in chronological order ascending the hallway wallpaper. Gidget's mom is sitting in the recliner watching TV as we walk in. Gidget walks straight. Oh, Gidget walks straight past her and into the kitchen, calling for her dad, leaving me alone with her. I stand there awkwardly, smooth down the front of my shirt, scratch my calf with the side of my foot. Hey, Mrs. Bordell, I finally say, one hand and with a half wave. Gidget's mom turns to me lazily. I don't miss the way she sizes me up, her gaze traveling from my face to my shoes and back to my face. Damn, you turned out ugly. I blanch, bring my hands together, scratch my knuckles. I don't know what to say, so I don't say anything. I mean, you always were a sickly little thing, but I kind of assumed you'd grow out of it. She shrugs, turns back to her TV. I hear Gidget and her dad talking in the kitchen. When I glance over, I see them headed towards the garage, no doubt to go up to the attic. Her dad's got a step stool under his arm. I scratch my arm. What are you doing now, anyway? She doesn't even look over when she asks it. Oh, web development, computer stuff. You know, freelance. It pays the bills. Gidget's mom makes it sound as half acknowledgement, half judgment. Still, must not be very successful. I'm really sweating now. I bite down on my tongue and let my gaze drop to the floor. Not that it matters. I never expected much from my daughter, so... Another shrug, her gaze lifting skyward in apathy. She doesn't continue, she turns towards the TV. It's playing a soap opera of some sorts, everyone talking 50 times more emotionally than an actual human being would. Not really what I would choose for entertainment, but it's better than staring at the wall while I wait for Gidget. So I simply stand there, arms curled into my chest, and watch it with her. The silence palpable between us. 1 minute stretches into 2. 5. His mom grunts, raises a hand towards the TV. Idiot. I don't really know who she's referring to of the two people on the screen, but I'm not about to ask. She clicks her tongue. She's cheating on him, you know. Little whore. Is she talking to me or the TV? I'm feeling more and more like I want to sink into my shoes. Finally, after what seems like a lifetime, I hear the garage door open, then footsteps in the kitchen. She's just laughing at something that she carried a somewhat bedraggled box of old computer parts. Should have figured she'd say something like that. Gidget says it in response to something I miss. Then places the box down on the kitchen table. Is here fine? That's good. Thanks, Squirt. Her dad's lugging the step stool towards the other room. Gidget dusts off her hands and wanders back over to the living room. That should be it, Iggy. Sorry for making you wait. When she sees the TV, oh god, not this. I can't believe you're still watching this. I need something to fill the gap my children refuse to fill. What, you want us to fill your life with overdramatic BS? Gidget laughs, leaning an arm in the back of the recliner. Better than nothing, a pause. What did you bring him over for anyway? Who, Iggy? I was just giving him a ride home. He just want to choose in the bottom of her lip with a hum. Hmm. Here I was hoping you'd have some good news for once. Hey mom, I finally got engaged. Hell, I'd even take, hey mom, I got knocked up at this point. At least that would get you to settle down. Mother! Gidget's mom raises her hand in sarcastic defense. So sue a woman for wanting grandchildren. I'm not having this conversation right now. It's not like you're doing anything else with your life. I mean, at least you don't look like Dennis the Menace anymore. But I really don't know what you were expecting of this whole modeling career of yours. Maybe try losing 20 pounds first. Defend Gidget, say nothing. I mean, in a situation like this, as much as I would want to defend my friend, that's kind of their parents I'm defending them from. I feel like I shouldn't get involved in family squabbles. Like personally, if it's between of two family members, and I'm not getting in the middle of it unless it's like my family or something. Um, I feel like I shouldn't say anything because if I don't say anything, then I probably won't have to argue with her mother. But yeah, just say nothing for now. I'll probably go back on this later, but I'll just say nothing for now. As he gets his hands curled into fists as pinpricks of tears appear in the corners of her eyes. This has clearly hit a nerve. And seeing his face makes me a heart twist. But somehow I can't bring myself to say anything. This isn't my business. Is it? He just shoots me a look of hopelessness before jerking away with a shamed wince. I don't even know why I come home anymore, she shouts, twisting on her heels and starts for the door. Come on, Iggy. I look back and forth between Gidget and her mom in abject stupor. Her mom simply gives a little shrug and goes back to watching her soap. Bye. I say not at all awkwardly before scuttling off after Gidget. I reach her just as she shoves the door, opens the front door, and I give a flustered yelp as it flies back in my face. The drive back to my apartment is silent. I sit in the passenger seat, playing with my hands and staring at the window as Gidget keeps her gaze locked straight ahead, her fingers tight around the wheel. Fortunately, it's not far. We reach a small parking lot of the apartment complex in about 5 minutes. Gidget pulls the car into one of the free spots. She turns on the ignition, sits back in her seat. Silence returns, even more palpable than before, without the sound of the engine mask it. I toss a few wayward glances in her direction before I work up the courage to say something. I'm, sorry about that, I cringe. She just. Gidget lets out a flaming groan that's half roar, half wail. She brings her hands to her head and clutches at her hair. She makes me so mad. The things she says, what gives her the right? She throws her fist back on the wheel and hitting the horn in the process, making me jump. I watch her nervously. She stumps forward, bringing a hand to her forehead. I can see her shoulders trembling. I'm trying so hard, she says softly. So softly I can't hear. I almost can't hear her. I glance down at my lap. The hair on my arms is standing up. And a big cold stone feels like it's settled down in the deepest recesses of my bowels, a heavy weight dampening my spirit. I bring a hand up, reach towards her, pull back, wince, then finally rest it softly on her shoulder. It's not the first time I've seen Gidget upset. Not the first time I've tried to comfort her. But it is the first time since things had changed between us. My brow furrows. Hey, it's okay. We know you are. A pause. I know you are. I give her a shoulder what I hope is a comforting squeeze. She wipes at the tear dribbling its way down her cheek and looks up at me. Sometimes I just feel like nothing I do is good enough. I bite down on my lip. And confused. Confused? Yeah, I don't know. Sorry, it's stupid. Her eyes are welling up again. I don't know what I want. I don't know what I want to do. Sometimes I don't even know who I am anymore. Ooh. I mean, there's I mean, there is nuance to either of these options. Like asking what she means, like you can get to know her a bit better, but then saying none of us know what we want. I'd probably say I'd honestly say that saying none of us know what we want is probably like it's kind of a half lie because well, a lot of us probably do know something or someone or some goal that we do want, but we're like no closer to reaching it because no matter how hard we try. But no, but and honestly, I know what I actually haven't didn't know what I want until until I turned 26. so like so like once I finally figured things out for myself, it's not really just a straight shot. It's more complicated than that. But what do you mean? There's something about this admission that stops me. What do you mean? I scratch at the tickle of anxiety playing the underside of my cheek. You just stare straight ahead at the wheel and sniffs. I don't I don't know. A pause. I look in the mirror and I hate what I see. I stare at her in silence. But like she raises her hand in gesture of confusion. Everyone else, they seem to like me better. At first I loved it. I loved the attention. I loved people loving me, paying attention to me. No more snide comments about my mom putting me on what not to wear. No more handoff suggestions from my grandma's about how my eyes would look pretty with some mascara. Getting compliments about how pretty I look. Not getting made fun of anymore. Shows that her arm would have cringe. But inside I her gaze falls and I see her clench her eyes shut. I don't know. I just don't know. I find myself at a loss for words. So rather than say anything, I pull her against my side, resting my head against her shoulders. And we just sit there, my cheeks smashed against her hair, her shoulders trembling ever so slightly. I can see her playing with her fingers atop her thighs, first pushing one finger back, then the next, then switching hands and repeating the process anew. You know, you know that I finally say from crackling back in my throat. I'll always be there for you, right? No matter what you do. A sniff. I feel her twitch. Then suddenly her body goes strangely tense. I pull it away. Well, what's wrong? Her face has gone red, and I can see her lips trembling. Um, she swallows. Then the next instant, aww. She leans in towards me and brings her lips to mine. I freeze. I'm not sure if I even register what's happening next. Only that Gidget is there, and I can't breathe. And fuck, if my heart stop doesn't quickly go into overdrive as I hyper focus on the soft feeling on her lips. It doesn't last more than a few seconds. She quickly pulls away, brings her hands to her cheeks in what looks like sheer panic. Her face is a brilliant shade of crimson. Fuck, he says then. Fuck, oh god, didn't mean to. Fuck. She starts slapping her palms against her forehead. I feel my own body unclench, muscles untwisting as I sink into the back of the car seat. I just stare at her, eyes wide and blinking. I almost look like a deer in headlights. Can't even form words. What are words? The concept of speech has been lost on me. I'm so sorry. Oh my god. She practically curls in on herself, gaze fixated on her lap. I'm gonna sit there like that for a solid 60 seconds, neither of us making a sound before I finally shift in my seat. I say idiotically. I scratch at my cheek, probably about as red as Gidget by this point. I'm sorry. Don't really know what to say. I've never really thought about. I'll open my mouth. She starts to panic again at this. She brings her hands up to a hairy defense, nervous grin tugging at her lips. It's okay. I just pushed it on you without thinking. I don't expect a response right away or anything. But despite her words, I can see the disappointment on her face, hear it in the way her voice catches. She'd been hoping I'd react differently. This shames me. And bring a quick shaky hand to my forehead. I let her down. I always let people down. Yeah, I need some time to think. Of course. I'm sorry. Don't apologize. It's me. I shouldn't have. But she doesn't finish. More silence. I need to get out of here. Already, I can feel the walls of the car starting to undulate around me. Um, I say again. Okay, I'll call you later then. Okay. Okay. I pop the door open the passenger seat and swing a leg out. Have a have a nice night. I grimace. I pull myself up and out of the car all the same, running a hand through my hair. Then swing the door shut. What in the actual fuck is wrong with me? Who says that? I'm too awkward to live. I watch her pull out the spot and give her a somewhat half-hearted wave as she drives away, then wander towards my apartment building. Everything seems razor-focused yet hazy at the same time. A cold sweat has broken out across the back of my neck. It takes me 3 times to get my key into the lock of the door and my fingers shaking so bad. Once inside, I shut the door and behind me and fall back against it, letting myself slide to the floor. Close my eyes. My whole body is trembling now. I curl my arms around my legs and bury my face into my knees. Fuck. Nothing I do helps me settle down after that. It's the afternoon. It's the evening. I stay fixated, hyper fixated on what happened in the car, on that closeness, on her lips against mine, on that lingering disappointment tugging at her lips as she looked at me afterwards. I don't get any work done. Can't. My head is too jumbled. I try sitting down at my desk, but end up just staring at the blank monitor for a good 15 minutes before I realize I haven't even turned on the computer. No, I'm not going to be able to focus at all. So I lie down on the couch, just staring up at the ceiling, perfectly still despite the jumping jacks my intestines are doing inside my gut. Once the sun starts to set, painted the far wall in a glorious fiery red, I decided to take a bath. Yes, that would be nice, wouldn't it? Steam the thoughts out of me. Let the tub fill as I scrounge around the kitchen, desperately hoping I've got some alcoholic dregs somewhere. There's a nearly empty bottle of rum in the back of the fridge, with about an ounce left coloring the bottom. Good enough. I grab it and head back to the bathroom. The water feels amazing. It's been forever since I've taken a bath. Ugh. Not really sure why. Guess I just don't ever think about it. Maybe I should change that. It might do some good for the ever growing pressure in my spine. The steam marbles in the air, around the air, in the air above the water, curling, twisting, floating up towards the ceiling where it gathers in smoky clumps. I sink down my chin and watch over the water ripple around my pasty knees. What does she even see in me anyway? The thought pops in my head without warning. I frown. It's true, though. Gidget is beautiful and sweet and optimistic. And I'm none of those things, that's for sure. I'm basically a living cadaver. Not, nothing but color drained skin and bones. Hell, I can't even take care of myself. I couldn't imagine being somehow responsible for another person's well being in addition to my own. I rarely even leave the house, just plunking away on my keyboard while Gidget's out there chasing her dream. Her dream. Another frown. I don't know what I want. I don't know what I want to do. Sometimes I don't even know who I am anymore. I scratch at the mole on my thigh, then reach for the rum, downing the frustratingly few drops from the so-called bottle. And then, of course, there's that. If I did reciprocate, if I did agree to be with her, then we'd have to I glanced down my splayed legs at the faint outline of my dick lying innocently amongst the white tufts of hair. I jerk my gaze away, bring my palms to my forehead. Even thinking about it is sending uncomfortable snips and snaps across my arms and legs. It shouldn't be like that, though, should it? I should be thrilled, shouldn't I? To have a beautiful girl like Gidget like me like that? To want me like that? I sink even further into the water up to my nose, though almost as though wanting to disappear. It's not like a, it's not like I've never taken care of myself before. Sometimes it like okay, we don't really need to know this, but I don't think about anyone when I do it. Certainly not Gidget, not even celebrities or models. Sometimes I'll think about about what others doing with each other. Two characters I think I that I think go well together, for instance. But I'm not involved and wouldn't want to be involved. I can feel myself start to heat up. It's not from the bath. I bring my hands under my eyes, pressing down into my sockets with my palms. There- I wish there had been more rum left in the bottle. I can barely feel it. All I all I want now is to shut everything out, turn everything off. My hands are trembling against my skin. I'm scared. So fucking scared. I take a deep breath in an attempt to calm myself down. I need to think about something else. Anything else. Like the good old days, yeah. All of us hanging out, best buds, just laughing and having fun. Oh, none of these complications when everything still made sense. Yeah. I let my eyes fully close, blowing bubbles through my nose that dance on the water's surface. You're gonna die, Iggy. My brow twitches. You think I don't know that? Hot. It had been hot that day. I still can't remember the sight of the heat warping above the asphalt. Sound of your kids laughing and shouting on the playground. Oh, oh, I remember this. They were all playing Pokemon. I remember the days in Pokemon when kids would bring Pokemon cards to school and the playground, and then bullies would try to steal them, claiming to be from Team Rockets. They had to ban them from schools. Oh my god! Wait, how do I? Okay, wait. So I think I recognize the cards. So of course I see Pikachu. I think the one on the left there is Ekans. Okay, that one is. It looks to be Vulpix, but it can't because it's a 3-stage line. The only 3-stage fire type I can think of Gen 1 is. Yeah, the only fire type Generation 1 3-stage evolution line I could think of was Charizard. So it has to be Charizard. And then the one on the left is probably Haunter or something, because it's... Well, it had to be Haunter or Kadabra because it's purple, and Psychic type was sort of a thing in Gen back then. And then we just see, and then Iggy's card is just it's just the ancient Mew. It's just a Mew card. I don't know if it's the ancient Mew card or anything. I think it's the new one that was out at the time. I like that Genzo's just playing Pokemon with them. It's so funny. Yeah, I remember when we had energy cards. I think we still do have energy cards exist in the TCG. But like in the mobile version, like you just bring the energy to the card. You don't need a separate card for energy. The 5 of us are in the shade, huddled around the cards on the ground as though we're performing some kind of magic seance. I bite down on my lip in frustration, gaze flicking back and forth between the cards in my hand and the cards on the blacktop. Don't you have anything you can play? You ain't got shit. That's 5 for 5. Bow before the undefeated champion. Who do you think you are, Leon? Oh wait, even Leon's reign came to an end, so... Genzo raises his arms in the air, curled into fists. You've reached the plateau, but not yet a hero. He starts cackling. I'm hoping we hear more Pokemon references, because you guys probably know I love Pokemon. It's like one of my favorite series. Are you ready to meet and defeat the elite? This just makes my brows furrow further. No matter how hard I try calculating out the various possibilities, none of them seem to be coming back from this. I'm so pissed. How the frick is Genzo able to win every time? I slap my hands down on the ground. He just takes the opportunity to look through it. Yeah, I think you're done for. On the other side of the circle, Orlin wrings his hands. Genzo won again, he smiles. Damn straight I did. Not that it was really any contest. Genzo licks the pad of his thumb and slicks his hair back. This deck is a miracle of science, carefully engineered to administer an unholy amount of whoop-ass on anyone who dare challenge it. I chewed the inside of my cheek with an unamused pout. I'd been so optimistic this time. I'd rebuilt my deck from the ground up and everything. Gidget passed the top of my knee with a smile. We can go buy some more packs after school. Yeah. I want foolish mortal, but nothing can take down the true master, Genzo laughs. Then slaps Orm's hand away as he tries to touch one of his cards. Don't contaminate my cards with your nasty, greasy fingers. Orm shrinks back, curling his arms around his asphalt-dusted knees. You don't have to be so mean about it, Gidget sticks out her tongue. It's fine, I don't even care, I say with apathetic huff. Besides, recess is almost over. We need to clean up anyway. I'll start picking up my cars and gems and packing them away neatly in my little carrying case. Come on, the bell's gonna ring. But Genzo isn't listening. He's got his hands in the air, fingers curling out menacingly. Damn, I'm in a good mood now. I feel like strangling something. A laugh. Come here, Orlum. Oh God. Pauses. Orlum yelps. I just noticed. Wait, I just noticed. Are they wearing anything? Okay, wait. Okay, their shirts don't really have any references, but it kind of looks like. Wait, it actually looks like Orlum's shirt is like the opposite of Genzo's, because like it's white with a green on it, and then his is green with white on it. Owen pounces. He pounces while yelps. I ignore them, turning instead towards Gidget, where she stands up next to me. Oh, and Iggy has a Yoshi egg shirt. That's adorable. I'm gonna run to the bathroom. I'll go too. I push myself to my feet, dusting off my knees. I hear one of the teachers blow the whistle as we walk away, followed by a shrill, "Boys!" directed at Genzo and Orlum. Gidget and I around the corner, headed towards the door leading back inside the hallway to the bathrooms. Don't let it get to you, Iggy, Gidget says with a little smile, giving my shoulder a pat. He's just being a brat, like usual. She rolls her eyes. Yeah, like I don't know. I laugh. The air suddenly turns cool once we're back inside, and I wipe the sweat on my forehead. It takes my eyes a moment to adjust. Then I head to the boys' bathroom on the left as Gidget takes the door on the right. I just about to disappear inside when I hear a voice and stop. Aren't you using the wrong one? I snicker. I poke the back of my head, see the two boys accosting Gidget, their hands to their mouths in stifled laughter. Yeah, you're not a girl. No one knows what you are. More laughter. Gidget's brows furrow. She takes a menacing step towards them. Just shut up. I am a girl. You sure about that? Yeah, let's see your pee-pee. I bet you don't even own any dresses. Leave me alone! I hear Gidget's voice crackle. I step back into the hallway. Hey! The two boys yelp and scale backwards. Oh no, it's his boyfriend. Leave her alone, or I'm calling the teacher. This sends them into another fit of laughter. Whatever, freak. But they do leave, still snickering as they dart towards the outside door. I watch them until they disappear, then turn back to Gidget. She's staring at the ground, her shoulders slumped. They're just jerks. Don't mind them. Yeah. But their earlier energy is gone from her voice. I don't know what to do, what to say. I run a hand through my hair. My voice trails off into silence. I scratch my calf on the side of my foot. It's whatever. Come on, we need to hurry up or the bell's gonna ring. Gidget finally says, forcing a smile. She turns before I can say anything else, disappearing into the girls' bathroom. I can only watch as the door slams shut behind her, then wander off into her bathroom in silence. I tell you, man, some kids are just the worst. I dreamed that night. I'm in the woods and someone's calling me. I chest out their voice in the darkness, but every time I think it's getting closer, it comes from a different direction. Iggy! I run faster. The branches whap at my face, roots underfoot trying to send me somewhere to the dirt. Come find me, Iggy. I run and I run and I run. Run until the forest seems to open up in front of me. I burst into the clearing, my breath ragged, my heart beating in my chest. Where am I? Where is this? Then I see it. A small cabin. Looks so familiar somehow. Like I've seen it before. Once, twice. Who knows how many times? I wait until my breath has started to slow before trudging towards it. It's almost like it's pulling me in, closer and closer. My pace quickening with every step. I reach the door. It's deathly quiet. No wind, no birds, no insects chirping. I open it. It's not locked. I peer inside. It's small and cozy, sporting not much more than a bed, table, and stove. Why does this all feel so... I step forward before I can stop myself, all the way inside the cabin, just looking around. It's warm and strangely comforting. There's even something cooking atop the stove, filling the air with a delightfully sweet scent. What am I doing here? I look around, my gaze jumping from the stove to the table to the bed. Something about the bed sends my insides into a twist, and I shake my head to clear my thoughts and jerking away. I look instead towards the back of the cabin. That's when I notice it. A doll. Its small bun eyes stare blankly at the floor and hangs from a doorknob. Doorknob? I bring my gaze up. Yes, there's a door. Another door. How had I not noticed this when I first walked in? I'm here, Iggy. That's right. That's where I need to go. She's waiting for me. I take a step towards the door. Another. For some reason, my heart's thumping like crazy. Like it's about to beat straight out of my chest. My fingers. My fingers are trembling, shaking. I'm almost there. Reach out for the doorknob. Something scurries across the room behind me. Spin around. My mouth feels so dry. So dry I can't swallow. Can't even breathe. They're right next to my ear. Child's voice. So filled with pain and sorrow and deep-rooted despair as though I'll never be happy again. Please kill me, Iggy! I gasped and sat up. My my room. I'm in my room. It's morning. The sun is filtering through the blinds and paint. The paint checkered stripes across the exposed legs, peeking out from a mess of gnarled, sweaty sheets. Damn it! I bring a hand to my forehead. It comes away soaked with sweat. I can't remember what the dream was about, but already I can latch on. Already all I can latch on to is scattered, hazy images. A lingering feeling of dread. All right, I think this is a good time for us to leave this video here for now. So thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to leave a like, comment what you think, share this video with your friends, and be sure to subscribe and click the bell so you don't miss a single notification. I'll see all of you in the next video. Goodbye.